Hey everybody, welcome on in to Sports Live in the 215. Today we will discuss the Flyers' 6-3 victory over the fourth place in the Western Conference, Edmonton Oilers, and these were the Western Conference champion Edmonton Oilers, I believe. Yeah, they did win the Western Conference final last year, and before losing to the Florida Panthers, um, and it just I think that series anyway went to show that um like um a really solid lineup that's that's dripping with depth like a Wendy's burgers dripping with grease is a lot more can be a lot more impactful than a team that's uh full of stars. And obviously that wasn't that case, and um it was for the Flyers today. As you had I want to say 7 or 8 guys throughout your lineup get on the score sheet. But before we really truly dive in, um, dive into the game and the exploits and everything that happened, I just I just want to say the reason for like the lack of content over the past like couple weeks or so is I my brain and body and like everything just needed like a reset from New Orleans. So I just kind of my brain kind of needed a break from just thinking about content for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and now I'm back at it, and here we go. But yeah, like New Orleans was fun, but it took a lot out of me. But here we go. I'm back at it. Um, Hopefully, for those that watched my appearance on the Patterson Ave Sports Show, which is one of the Hardcore Sports Network's Saturday morning sports talk shows with Joe Marks and James Scorza. That's always a fun time. That hour and a half just flies. I mean, holy goodness gracious. But yeah, those guys are class personified. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. But anyway, let's get into it. The Flyers opened the scoring with I want to say something like 17:50 left in the first period. So Matvey Michkov got it started early. He shot the puck. It was saved. It was saved by the Edmonton goaltender. His name's escaping me right now. He had a rough day at the office. Giving up 5 goals. Uh, 5 goals on I want to say something close to 30 shots. It was just not his day. But anyway, Matvey Michkov shot it. It was saved by the goaltender, and then the rebound uh, came right back out to him, and he actually I want to say he used Tippett as a screener kind of, and he was able to um, get the puck past the goaltender for a 1-0 lead, and then a couple minutes later the Oilers the Oilers tied a hockey game up, and it's 1-1, and then I want to say close to 2 minutes after that they take a 2-1 lead, and that's where the first period would end 2-1. I mean, we knew it was going to be a battle, and credit to Edmonton. They gave us a battle for, I want to say, a good 2.5 periods. Like it was just back and forth, forth and back. Like both teams played essentially playoff hockey in the regular season. Like it had the intensity of a playoff game 7 or a Stanley Cup final game 7 in this case, because both these teams play in opposite conferences. And then I want to say with with 17 minutes or 8, I want to say like 17 or 18 minutes to go in the second period. Owen Tippett made the game 2-2, and then a few minutes later, Couturier helped make the game 3-2. And then Edmonton, of course, struck back, made it 3-3. Later in that same period, and then I want to say Tippett got his first of 2 goals on a breakaway that was started by a pass from Sean Couturier to Matvei Michkov, and then Michkov found Tip and put Tip on a breakaway, and one backhand later, the score is 4-3. And then in the third period, Andrei Kuzmenko, the new guy, gets on the board with his first goal as a Flyer in his second game. And then to end the game with about or to ostensibly end the game with about I want to say it was like maybe 3.5 to go. Rasmus Ristolainen stole the puck and then just fired it down, and it ended up going in the net. So you had a 6-3 Flyers victory. This was just a dominant performance, and this is how you beat teams with superstar talent like the Oilers have with McDavid and Draisaitl. You have seven or 8 guys put up points, and the Flyers needed this level of production from their offense, and one guy that'll hopefully be huge for the Flyers getting into the playoffs, and then maybe as far as going far in a playoff run and really like not just sneaking in but kicking the door down, is Andrei Kuzmenko, and he was all over the ice. So was Owen Tippett. This offense was absolutely buzzing. This team came out of the break with some juice, and hopefully they can keep it rolling for Tuesday, because we got another battle of Pennsylvania, and hopefully we can win that game, and and keep this little hot streak rolling that we ended the break with that win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. I want to say a few weeks ago now. Man, um, so hopefully we can shut down another generational talent who, if I could make a baseball comparison, Sidney Crosby is the NHL's version of Bryce Harper. If Alex Ovechkin if Alex Ovechkin is Mike Trout, Sidney Crosby is Bryce Harper, and he's just that guy that you hate facing when he's not on your team. He just has that real like smug attitude that Harper had, like that arrogant, cocky kind of attitude um, that Harper had when he was a National. Crosby's had it since he came into the league with the Penguins, and I mean, not that I blame him for having it. It's Sidney Crosby. I mean, of course. But yeah, I just hate Sidney Crosby with a burning passion. And my cousin Matt is a huge Penguins fan. Um, so yeah, uh, love you, Matt, but hate your team. He knows what it is. He still somehow listens to this podcast, which I appreciate. I need views and money. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins with a burning passion, and I know I know everybody else in Philly does. Um, but anyway, let's let's cross that bridge when we get to it on Tuesday. But for now, the the Flyers again, they beat a star-studded lineup with their depth, and not that the Flyers don't have stars on their team like Michkov, and could you could you consider Couturier a star? I would. Michkov, Couturier, Tippett's kind of entering that category, like a good to great player. Um, and yeah, they've that's how the Flyers, when they're going good, that's how they're able to beat teams, by getting a lot of shots on goal and winning with their depth. And they were able to do that today, and hopefully we can continue doing that, and let Luchenko um let Luchenko kind of continue his season in the minors, and hopefully he comes up next year and has um the kind of impact that Matvey Michkov has um this year for the Fly guys. I think that I still think that Michkov and Luchenko would be a nice pair to have on your top line. I mean, I know Farabee isn't here, but you could probably still go Michkov, Luchenko, Tippett, and it could really help balance out your lineup. But that's of course for next year. I'm not worried about that right now. Yeah, like this team's playing solid hockey, and they're playing together, and it's really a sight to see. And hopefully they can keep this up, and if they can, the only thing I'll say is look out NHL, because the Flyers will be back, and they're coming, not just for a cup of coffee in the playoffs, but they're coming to stay a while. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening to this. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for all the support on the on my guest appearance on the Patterson Ave Sports Show. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening to this, and as always, go Flyers.